If you've been following the channel, you will have seen a video a number of years ago when I purchased this beautiful Firebird VII from Austin Guitars in Liverpool, which was previously owned by Paul Hemmings from the Laws, which is a famous Liverpool band. And I bought this purely because it's a little bit different from the mainstream kind of guitars that I own. And Scott Holliday from the Rival Sons plays a 2009 version of this in Pelham Blue, which inspired me to basically buy one of these because they're a little bit bizarre, a little bit in your face, pure visual kind of theatre, and I thought, yeah, why not? Anyway, so this kind of guitar presents itself with one or two problems. They're not really ergonomic, they're very unbalanced, they tend to drop and nosedive on a guitar strap, so I tend to find that when I'm playing this, I have to sort of wedge my arm on the top there to stop it nosediving. The neck is a beautiful ebony neck with mother of pearl inlays and the gold hardware, which is, I just think it's a great visual kind of statement. But there's been one problem with this guitar which I've never really got on with, and it was really the kind of the tone that this guitar offered. And what I found was that the neck pickups, and including the middle when it's combined with the neck, was a very rich, tonally loud sound. Now when you got onto the bridge pickup, I found it was a little bit weedy, but also it was also lacking in power in terms of its output. So I found that the pickups here were completely unbalanced for my needs, and I thought, I really need to get this sorted out. And anyway, so time went by. Moving on, I did a guitar review on the Karl Longbottom Guitars Luthier, which featured Sunbear pickups, which is the Sunbear Sunbird pickups, and I thought, this is a great tone from this guitar. Stuart Robson Sunbear pickups, he does all manner of stuff, including sets for actual Firebirds, and I thought, you know, that'd be quite good. But again, I got Karl to have a quick look at this guitar when he dropped off his Luthier, which I did a full road test on, which you can find in the back catalogue of the videos. And I said to him, there's a couple of little issues as well. Now, when I first got the guitar, when I'm playing live, I tend to put strap locks on, which are these little things here. It saves your guitar crashing to the floor when your strap decides to depart from the body of the guitar. A little bit of a safety net and insurance policy. But what I had difficulty with was there's a strap button just on the reverse side of the guitar here. If you can just see, there's a little bit of a hole. Now, you should just be able to see it somewhere around about there. And what happened was, I was putting the strap lock system on this guitar, and I came to replace that strap button, but in doing so, I tried to unscrew the screw, which basically got wedged halfway in and halfway out, and I couldn't screw it back in, and I couldn't screw it out, and I thought, oh, this is turning into a bit of a headache, this. But I'd already fitted that one to that part there, to the top horn, and the one at the back, so it wasn't really a problem. But I had a strap button which was basically wobbling around on the back of the guitar, which was a little bit annoying really. Anyway, so when Karl Longbottom was here dropping off his Luthier, I said, Karl, do you want to have a look at this guitar and just see what you think? And he had a little bit of a play on it, and he said, tell you what I'll do, Kev. He said, I'll do you a full setup on the guitar, and how about if we got Stuart Robson to wind you a set of pickups for this guitar and just see how we got on with it? And that is what we did. So I did the test on the Longbottom Luthier guitar, which was brilliant. This disappeared to Karl Longbottom's workshops, and it was there for probably, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months. And in that process, what Karl did, he did a net relief on the guitar, something which I've never touched on this guitar, to be honest. So he sorted out the net relief on it. He also sorted out the fretwork, because like most Gibsons, they're hung up in a plecking machine, and they're basically sort of milled flat, if you will, with like a cutter. So the actual frets, when you came to sort of look at them, they had like flats on top. So they weren't curved or dressed in the normal sense. So Karl's done that. Anyway, time progressed. We were waiting for Sunbear pickups to produce the pickups. We were in a little bit of a waiting list, a queue, that they are hand wound, and they are kind of specific to this. They're not like a production run. And they eventually arrived. Now, Karl fitted the pickups to these. They're in the aged gold, sort of vintage gold, if you can just see them there in the light. And I have to say, they suit the guitar very, very nicely indeed in terms of the visual aesthetics of the guitar. And I think it looks great. It does. So Karl sorted out the pickups, but in doing so, he also sent me some photographs of the Gibson wiring and the Gibson pickups that were inside this guitar. Now, the guitar's from 2006. It's not a custom shop, but Gibson decided to do a bit of a run of Firebirds. They are incredibly difficult to make, very time consuming, very costly. And basically, what we found inside the guitar was a little bit of a horror story, to be honest, with the wiring. Now, I've not been into the pickup cavity on this guitar. I've basically sort of left it. And there's a couple of ground wires that have been that become dislodged. And the wiring was a little bit sort of second rate, to be honest. Now, I did say to Karl, I said, Karl, does it look like somebody's been in there since the guitar's been made and had a little bit of a mess around with it, a few modifications or whatever? And he says, no, Kev, he says, what I think's happened is it's been at the Gibson factory, they've thrown in a set of pickups, they've done some Friday afternoon wiring, which was the problems with Gibson around about that time, and they sent the guitar out. So it's never really wired correctly in the normal kind of standard that you'd associate with a guitar of this. It would have been an expensive guitar at the time. So what happened was the pickups arrived from Sunbear. Karl's fitted those. He's put new capacitors in. He's put the new sort of CTS pots, which are all 500k now. Now, when I got the sort of when you get stuff from Sunbear pickups from Stuart, you get all nice little bits and pieces. You get a few sort of fridge magnets, cards and things, and they're all very nice, and bits of stickers and things, and it's all very good. But what I do like is you get a nice handwritten card from Stuart at Sunbear Pickups, which basically gives you the full spec of the pickups that is made for you. He basically puts the fine grained details of each pickup and the output that they have been wired to, or wound to. So the bridge pickup, and they're all Alnico 5s, 7.8k, the middle pickup is 7.5k, and then it comes down to 6.2k for the neck. Now, on reading that, I thought, wow, that's sounding pretty good. Now, I've not even played the guitar yet. And again, just to recap, I found that the bridge pickup was very weedy with the Gibson pickups, very shrill, very thin sounding, and I felt that the guitar tonally was quite unbalanced for me in terms of tone. Found that the neck up was almost like booming, overpowering the rest of the guitar, so on and so forth. Anyway, so I was interested to see what would happen. So what does this guitar sound like, I hear you ask? Well, let me have a quick slurp of my brew and we'll find out. Cracking. So what we're playing through, guys, is the Laney L20H, a matching cab behind us just over there. It's mic'd up. It's going into my digital audio workstation just over there. We're using Ableton, and all we've got sort of effects wise going on is the reverb in the amp. Just got a bit of spring reverb going on. I've got my pedal board in front of me. I might make a couple of adjustments with that as we get through the video, but at the minute we're on the clean channel on the amp, and we'll just see what it sounds like. So we're on the neck position, which, to be honest, the neck position, I think it's a combination of the neck and the middle, and we'll just see what that sounds like really. So let's have a little bit of a listen. That's sounding nice and mellow. Now that is at around about mid volume. The tone is straight up. So bringing the volume up to full. Help if I played it right, but never mind. It's not all about me. It's all about the guitar, this video, to be honest. So I think that's sounding great. It's sounding nice and mellow, that. So backing that tone off fully, let's have a listen to that. Brighten it up. And I'm liking that. That's just on the clean channel. We're just on the neck position, if you will. It's a combination between the neck and the middle. And I'm liking that a lot. That is just very, very nice. So if we move to the middle position now. So we'll try the same kind of routine again, if I can remember it. Let's try that now. So this is going to be, let's try this. Turn the volume up on the bridge to about 5. Now that is at 10. That's sounding nice. I'm liking that. So we'll nip to the bridge, which I believe, as I understand it, is potentially just on its own. I think. I'm still exploring the guitar, guys, so I'm still finding out what it does. So we'll try a bit of that. It's brightened up. Now we'll just bring the tone off to about midway. I've just brought that tone straight back up to maximum now, so we're at full belt on everything now. what I'm liking, we're getting some good tonal variations there between the 3 pickups and the positions on the control switch. I'm liking the variations on the tone controls. The volume controls are working very, very well. And that for me, as a bit of a guitarist, is, and again guys, I'm not a pro, I'm just playing pubs and bars around Blackpool. And I think that's sounding great. So we've listened to some great clean tones there from this beautiful guitar. Now, I've got to say, I'm really impressed with his Sunbear pickup. Stuart's done a great job. But what does it sound like with a little bit of dirt? Well, we're still on the clean channel on the amplifier just over there. The Boss Blues driver, which is my go-to overdrive pedal, is on the pedal board just down here. So we're going to put that on. The settings are, the level is around about between 11 and noon. The tone is midday and the gain is at 1 PM, and we're on the custom setting on this pedal, which I've described that as a bit of a bright switch setting, to be honest. That's how I've described it in the past, and we'll just see what that sounds like. So we'll just pop that on now. So bring the volume up a touch to around about, in fact that was really low that. I thought we were higher than we were, but we weren't. We're around about 3. So we've now gone to about midway, which is 5. What I'm liking there is I'm getting good dynamic response to how I'm playing. So playing softly. I'm liking that. Let's bring the volume up a little bit more. So we're up to number 7 now. Guys, I'm really loving this. I'm going to bring it up to max now in the neck position. So, I'm getting the vibe. I'm getting the feel, guys. I'm getting the vibe. Got a creaky trem arm on this. Really enjoying that, guys. That sounds nice, and that's what I like from a neck pickup. So you get in the it's not a Fender kind of neck up kind of pickup tone, but I'm getting some nice clarity there. I'm getting some nice top end. It's got some nice mids to it. It's not too boomy. I can work with that with the positions of the volume controls, and I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving that. So far, so good, guys. We're going to the middle position now. So what I'm going to do is back off that to the previous volume to number 5. So we've got like a bit of a blend on volumes going on in the middle position. So at midday, number 5 on the bridge volume control. So let's try a bit of that. Now I've brought that up to around about 6, so we'll bring that up to around about, let's go for about 8. All the tone controls are at 10 at the minute. So we'll bring that up to max. Loving that, guys. It's so far so good. Absolutely overwhelmed this. Now this is the test. We've heard the 2 pickup. I'll just mute that slightly. So this is going to be the test, guys. We've heard the neck in the middle position on the selector switch there. This is the test. It's the bridge. What does a bridge sound like in comparison to the previous 2? Previously with the Gibson pickups, it's been problematic. So the volume now for just the bridge, we'll put that around to about 5, so it's midway. Unmute the guitar, so. It's brightened up. It's not thin sounding. There's no deficiencies in volume that I can hear at the minute. to around about 7. I'm loving this, I'm absolutely loving it. Let's bring that now up to around about 8.5. Oh, loving this. I'm getting so much feel and response out of these pickups. And the guitar, beautiful, absolute beautiful, guys. I'm absolutely over the moon. So we'll max it now on the, everything's up. So you might have guessed already, guys, I'm really amazed at how these pickups sound from Stuart Robson at Sunbear Pickups. Is Sunbird gold aged pickups that are now in this guitar. I think they're highly usable. The tones and the dynamics from these pickups are just fantastic. When you compare them to what was originally fitted by Gibson in this guitar, there's no comparison whatsoever. So if you've got a Firebird, and like me, you're struggling with the tones, the sounds from that guitar, which affects the way you play it, the enjoyment of it, check out Sunbear Pickups in the UK and get yourself a set of Sunbird pickups made up, because at the minute, I'm loving this. It is going to be gigged in and around Blackpool. It's going to be a replacement for the gold top, which I've used and abused for many years around Blackpool. And I want to play something different. I want to get these guitars out and let people see guitars out at pubs and clubs that you don't ordinarily see. Now, there is one problem with this guitar, is will it fit in my car? And I like peculiar kind of things. I've got a bizarre house in a bizarre location. I've got a little bit of a bizarre car, and I like bizarre guitars such as this. I try not to follow the crowd. I try and do my own thing. And the next thing is will it fit in the car I've got? Because the guitar case is about the same size as a barn door. And I can see that is going to be a little bit problematic, so I might shoot a little bit of a video clip. But this guitar's going on a little bit of an outing to Somerset in May of this year, and I'd like to take my little two-seater car if I can get it in there. Watch this space. But anyway, I'm just going to conclude by saying thanks to Karl Longbottom at Longbottom Guitars for sorting out my guitar for me. Is an absolute gem, is an absolute craftsman. Check out his range of guitars, guys. You won't be disappointed. He makes some brilliant stuff, including the L37 and the Luthier, which I've tested on this channel previously, and they are fantastic guitars. And I'd like to thank Stuart Robson at Sunbear Pickups for sorting out this guitar with a wonderful set of pickups. So we'll see you next time, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and the next edition of Gigs and Guitars is all about the Blue Stratocaster. Where's that been for the past 12 months? We'll see you then. Cracking.